Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me for yet a wonderful start to the day here at Highlight Crafts. It's Friday morning, which means tomorrow's Saturday, and it's the weekend. I know, right? So there's loads to look forward to this weekend. We've got shows across, of course, all of Saturday for you, as we usually do. Lots to look forward to as well. I'm tootling on down to Hobbycraft after today as well. I've got some shows to share with you tomorrow, some fabulous brand new ones as well, which is very exciting. Got some tattered lace that's not been seen before, but also lots more to share with you. This show, though, we've got brand new stencils for you. A bit of a Friday morning treat. I know we like to give you a little bit of a treat on a Friday morning. Also, as well, lots of you are already in the comments joining us for the shows. It's great to have your company. Of course, it always is. Veronica, good morning to you. Good morning, Lorraine. Good morning, Maureen, Doreen. And oh, well, everyone's getting in. Everyone's jumping in now. Good morning, Karen. Give it a couple of minutes so that everyone is bright, up and early. And we were just talking about how it's so peaceful in the morning when we're driving on in, when we're getting here for the earlier clock, because we usually get here for about 7 when we're on, of course, air at 8 o'clock. And it's just really nice. The roads are really quiet, very chill. I will say, though, this morning I got in the car and it was 8 degrees. I had to put the heaters on. How freezing. It's getting chilly now. Have you already taken the plunge and put the heating on? I don't know if we haven't. Laura, have you had the heating on at home? Not yet. I always say to wait till the first frost. But also, I do love that nostalgic feeling of when you put the heating on for the first time and you get like that smell of dust. It's like the dust smell. It's so nice. It instantly makes me want to like carve a pumpkin. It's like lovely. Right, Deborah as well. Good morning to you. And Karen, got Ria. Right, everybody, you are joining us for the morning show. So thank you for staying with us. And do stay with us for the entire day. We've got loads to look forward to. I've got a brand new download with sublimation later on. Through that wall after this show. We've got another show coming up for you, forgotten what it is, but we've got lots to look forward to. As you can see already, the items are displayed on your screen, including and featuring the brand new ones launching this hour, which are unbelievable. Right, okie dokie, so let's get on with it, shall we? To start off, I'm just going to introduce you onto the concept of shopping here at Highlight Craft, and I know for each and every one of you in the comments right now, you know how to shop, but in case any of you don't, or you want a gentle reminder, this is how it works. We are streaming live on Facebook and Instagram right now. On those two live shoppable social media platforms, you can join us on Facebook and on Instagram. Now, when you're joining us there, in the comment section underneath the video is where you type in your shop code comments. Now, when you type the word shop followed by the word that's appropriate to that product, it automatically adds to your basket. So, for example, shop grand, which is $29.99. You'll see the details for that one on your screen right now. When you type that in, it will add automatically into your basket. Now, as soon as that item pops into your basket, you'll receive a direct message from us at Highlight Crafts. And upon receiving that message, open it. You'll see inside there will be, of course, a link with your reservation. All you then need to do is click on the link that we've sent you. And when you click on that link, it will then redirect you automatically over to the Highlight Crafts website. When you reach the website, that is then your opportunity to, of course, check your order out. Now, if something's fully allocated, which means if it's pretty much sold out of stock and it's sat within everyone's baskets, you need to check out kind of ASAP because anybody else could still get it before you've completed your purchase. Before you do that, though, you're more than welcome to have a little browse of the website, see if there's anything else that takes your fancy, and of course, add that to your basket as well. Have a root around in the outlet, etc., all that sort of stuff. Log into your Highlight Crafts account just before you check out. You're going to get discounts, free postage when you spend £35 and over. You're going to build up points, all of that good stuff to look forward to being a club member. If you're not one, sign up, it's free. You can also join us on the website as well. Free to join us on the website. You can shop ahead as well, not only for this show, but for all of your shows that are coming up throughout the day as well. All those products get loaded onto the shows at literally like 1 minute past midnight that morning. So you can literally shop ahead all of the shows today, which we know you always like to do. With that being said, if you want to join us on YouTube, hop on over there, watch us on the big screen. Right, everybody, should we get into it? Lots more of you joined us this morning. So, good morning to you, Terry. Good morning, Lorraine, and of course, Karen. Right, okay, grand petals. Let's have a look at these, shall we? I'm going to show you them in order because these are massive. Now, when we talk about home decor, I've always wanted to share with you giant floral stencils. Well, now we actually have them, okay? So, take a look at this. I'm going to clear some space because these stencils are big. Now, inside this here, Shop Grand, you're going to get massive floral stencils, 12 by 12, huge grand florals. You can see my hand at the side of this here. So you're starting out with like your giant sunflower. That is number 1, okay? Number 2 for you, we move on to your next floral, which is an incredible, almost like a cabbage rose, like a peony. So then that is your second ginormous floral. Are these going to be on placemats, dinner plates? Is it going to be curtains, cushion covers, tote bags? All that stuff to look forward to in terms of crafting with these. You have another ginormous, almost like a dahlia inside there as well. Absolutely incredible floral heads. Don't worry, you are getting the foliage and the stems as well if you want to do wall art. You've then got a ginormous daisy or even like a gerbera. Fabulous flower, and you can see the angle, so you could get your airbrush in here, give it a wonderful ombre. It would look incredible. So that already was 4. This is your 5th in the first set. A massive flower, again at a different angle, so you can do all these different heads on different stems. That is number 6 for you there. You have then got number 7, a beautiful rose, okay, a beautiful rose there for you. And then you have got all of your borders. 8, 9, 10. So overall, you can see you're getting 10. Is this majestic, is it? Oh, sorry, got that confused. This one's majestic. I do apologise. Is it not?
No.
I'm sure this one is it.
I think it's the other one. Looks like it on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely this one. It's definitely grand.
Andrew's lying, everyone. Andrew's lying. He's admitted it. So it looks in the image that some of them are joined together. But you can see here, you are getting 10 stencils in total. You're going to get all those giant floral heads. You then get all of the foliage, okay? And you get your butterflies to add around the tips of the blooms, and you get the stems as well. You're getting 10 stencils. That's crazy value for money. So you're going to get your 4 foliage with your butterflies, and then, of course, you're going to get your 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different floral heads, 12 by 12 in size. That is crazy. Now, for 6 12 by 12 stencils, and for 4, I think these are 12-inch by 4-inch stencils, it's £29.99. That is ridiculous value for money. Now, I know for a fact, you put these stencils down onto your fabrics, you can use your heat transfer medium through these. Imagine using that wonderful foil process with that heat transfer medium on this rose. It's going to look unbelievable. Imagine using it on this lotus flower. It's going to look incredible. £29.99 for all of those there together, and you're going to get your club discount off that. That is a ridiculous price. You're talking just a couple of pounds per stencil, okay, for these ones. So, shop grand for those. That is your wonderful, beautiful Grand Petals collection. The next one we're going to share with you is Majestic Blooms. Now, this is Shop Majestic for you. Okay, I'm just going to grab that piece of black card so then you can see them clearly. Now, these are even bigger. These are 14-inch by 12, so even larger stencils. Look at the size of this. Imagine doing this onto cupboard doors, onto a wardrobe, onto a giant panel. They're going to look amazing. Think of those MDF panels if you bought those. So that's your first one. Your second one, this is my favourite out of all the collections. Look at that. That is a gorgeous flower. I'm going to be using one of these first, actually. And then you do also have the Cosmos, which again is absolutely incredible. You've got all of those wonderful sort of dainty petals that just flop and move around in the wind. You've got those there too. You then, along with that, do also have another giant floral. So this is your fourth one in the collection. You then do get your 5th, which is your giant floral stems. So this is going to, of course, add to the head. So visualize you putting the stem here with the floral on top. So you're building up that huge design, okay? Those giant florals together with the stem going into the flower head. Then from there, you do also get additional foliage, okay, with stems. You can start to build the stems up with the foliage. And then you get your butterflies. Look at that stencil of the butterflies. Now that butterfly stencil is an A4 on its own. You'd probably pay anything about £12.99 for that on its own. You're getting all those stencils for £29.99. Everybody, this is a ridiculous price. It's an absolute crazy deal for you today. Please do not miss out on this. These are wonderful. And again, these are ones that we source externally, so we only have a limited amount of them. They're not the ones that we can cut and turn into SVG files here. So this is something that we only have a limited amount of. When they're gone, they could be gone. Okay, that there was Shop Majestic for you, £29.99 for those. And of course, Shop Grand for your Grand Petals. So more of you getting involved this morning. It's wonderful to have your company. We'll go over the stencils again shortly for those of you that are still joining us. Everyone's still just literally hopping on as we're talking right now. Terry says it's time for the winter coats. I know I'm holding off for as long as I can. I'm trying to still think, well, I think autumn starts like 20 something of September, so it's still okay to have a sangria in the garden, I think, in my coat, or maybe my dressing gown. It's when it starts to get dark in the morning, that's when you start to know, when you're getting ready and it's dark, and you get home and it's dark, and you think, oh, I've not seen daylight today. That's when it's like, yeah, it's winter. But thank you so much for spending time with us today and shopping with us. We're going to go to the pastes now for you. This is your Capella and your Sirius, okay? We've brought the prices down for these, okay? Now, your Sirius is the one that we're sharing with you here first. It's £9.99, down from £12.99, 250ml pot. Now, you can feel how weighty this is. It is a heavy pot of paste. Now, the Sirius has more texture to it, so it's going to give it a powdery finish. This stuff does dry ever so slightly flexible too, so you can use it in your silicone molds if you wish to do so, like your lace mold, you can use it in there. Now, with this one, we have never previously shared it with you at this price until yesterday, so the price has come right down. If you want to go for some paste, this is the show to do it on, because I don't know when this price is going to be going back up. Can't tell you that for certain. Shop's Serious to go for that one. Also, your Capella. This is your smooth, silky one, okay? So this gives you like a semi-matte sheen on the surface. It is glorious to work with, okay? Spreads literally like warm, soft butter. That is Shop Capella, and that one is also £9.99. So both of those down to £9.99 today. That one there, £9.99, both of those under £10 today. Fabulous price. Now, something that you're going to need to work with these is, of course, palette knives. Now, we do have the white ones on the show. These are your white plastic ones. Limited stock for these, okay, for your white plastic palette knives. Got a great flex to them too. So, of course, when you're going down to the surface, they're going to give a wonderful spring back, okay? So, great for mixing paints, great for blending. That one there is shot plastic, okay, because they're your plastic ones. Also great as well, clean up really easily. If you want to go something a little bit more, of course, durable, a little bit more weighty, with heavier fixings on, that are going to give you, of course, a very professional finish. This is Shop. Oh, okay, these ones have just sold out, everybody. I do apologise, the metal ones have gone. Right, we're going to move on, because we've got more to share with you. We've got loads more. Oh, let's have a little look. Ooh. So Eileen's going down to Bournemouth to see her daughter. Oh, have a wonderful time. Everyone's also hopping in the comments saying have a great time, Eileen. Enjoy. Right, okay. So we're going to go to, we've got the stencil spray for you. Of course, stencil spray, fundamental. Need it with it every single stencil collection that you have. It's well worth stocking up on. When it runs out, it's really frustrating. So this one, it does last you a very long time. It covers loads of different surfaces. It is a multi-use stencil spray. Shop spray, £9.99. Right, we've got something for you today, a treat. We've got the Dora Metallics. These are your Dora Hybrid Metallics, okay? This is shop one for you here. Inside there, you're going to get your green, your antique pink. Let me hold them upside down so you can see the colours at the base. Antique pink. You're going to also get inside there as well your pearl and your green. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Have a look at your screen right now. This should be £38.07 for the three paints. They've been brought down to £14.99 today. That is ridiculous. You're paying less than a £5 per pot, okay? That is phenomenal. Now, this is one of the most superior metallics within the Cadence ranges. It's also one of the biggest bottle formations that we do share the metallics in. They're all 90ml pots. This is Dora Hybrid, so it's one of the most sparkliest, glistening paints with metal flake in it, along with mica. But it's hybrid, which means it's fully usable on fabric in the washing machine. It can go outside through the weather, all weather conditions. All I'm going to say to you is the price that is at, £14.99. When this stock is gone, if these do come back, they will not be that price. They will be back up to full price, okay? This is against the stock that we have left. There's not a great deal of them left, okay? There's only a handful. So if you want to get them, this is your opportunity to do so. But you've got 3 of those there. You then have your next set as well. Another beautiful selection. This is your anthracite. You've also got your Sax blue there as well. Gorgeous colour. Look at that tone. It is glorious. And you do also as well inside there have that dark orchid that I'm throwing everywhere. Oh my goodness. You've got that dark orchid, that wonderful luxury purple. Again, these should be just under £40, okay? Just under £40 for those 3 paints. They're a specialist paint. We've got them down to £14.99 today. That is a deal that you just cannot miss out on, okay? You can't miss that. It is a brilliant offer. You know your Cadence is pure quality. Right, okay, we do have for you as well today these bad boys, okay? These are brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to put the silver. Here we go. Now, these have been really busy. They're one of the latest releases from Cadence, and as Andrew tells me, there's not loads of these left, okay? You can get the entire bundle, which should be over £100. It should be £101, I know, considered purchase, but you can get it on the deal still, okay? Still get the deal for you. You can get all 6 of these, so 1.5 litres of metallic paste today for $64.99. Okay, $64.99 is going to get you these. Now, this paste is designed for marbling, for blending, for giving base coating, full coverage. They are matte metallic, so it gives it a luminous finish. But it absorbs the light. It gives you a wonderful soft tone. It is a gorgeous project to work with. I absolutely adore this medium. Learned how to use this when I visited Cadence recently. They taught me all the techniques to share with you, and oh my word, this is wonderful. Shop bundle, £64.99 for this one. £101.94 is what it should have been. Right, okay, we do have plenty more on the show, including like your airbrush and your inks and canvases, but we're going to go to demo. We're going to show you how you can use these stencils and do something fabulous and flawless and floral with them. So should we head on over? Right, okay, so I'm going to move my drinky poo. There we go. And I'm going to show you what we can do with this. Now, of course, we can go straight in with airbrushing, which we could start with, actually. Or we can go with our paste. Andrew, what do you fancy doing? What do you want to do? Should we go airbrush or should we go metallics? Should we try metallics first? Because, okay, we're going to go airbrush. We're going to go, I'm going to say we go with Andrew. We're going to go airbrush with Andrew. Andrew says, whatever you want, don't ask me. I always do that because I don't know if you've noticed everybody, but there's no one stood by my side. But I do have the lovely Laura on cameras as well, who's joining me in the studio. Morning, Laura.
Hello.
She's there, our lovely Laura. And then, of course, I've got Andrew in my ear. And he's, of course, all the way over at home. So I've got him with me, though, in my ear, sort of telling me what to do and what to say. So, which could be a scary thing, right? Right. So let's have a look. What we're going to do, I've heard that apparently my airbrush has been used in my absence. So let's just hope, shall we? Hope and pray that she functions for me today. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick some tones. I've got this wonderful deep colour here. Now, all of the inks I'm working with are on the show. You can get all of these. Okay, we've got 2 bundles of airbrush inks for you. So rest assured, what I'm crafting with, you can work with. I'm going to start with this pink and phase it down into this colour for this, okay? So we're going to be working on this zone. What I am going to do is I'm just going to put some tissue at the top area here of where I'm working with, just to, of course, create a little bit of a barrier underneath there. Now, I'm actually working onto, that was a great idea, I'm actually working onto the posh card for this, which is going to look great, okay? The posh card, it's got a really heavy weight to it, so it withstands a lot of medium going onto it, and I've really enjoyed working with the airbrush on here. Now, when you're working with your airbrush, start with your lighter colour first, because it's much easier to blend into a darker one. I've also got a little bit of black here. We might work into that and see how that's going to play for us. So with our airbrush, we're going to load it up first with our chosen ink colour, which is the light pink, like this, okay? And then what we want to do is give it a quick test, all right? So what we're going to do now is fold that in half, turn it on. There we are, a little test just to make sure it's all coming through nicely, which it is, okay? Your airbrush gun is fabulous. Now let's start going over. So we're going to start misting through here, like this, okay? Bring in all of that colour around, just like this. And start to build it up, start to build up all of your colour. Because it's flushed through the air gun, I'm just going to give it a slight top up, okay? And that's now got all of the chambers filled inside this airbrush. So let's start to go around here. And start to play with your airbrush gun as well if it needs a little bit of adjustment. Get the settings just right for you. Here we are, look. Look at this, now it's starting to build up that colour beautifully. All the way around. And I'm going to start to introduce a bit of darker colour in a minute as well. There we go, so build that all up in all of these areas here. There we go. Oh, we had a great question in. Are we getting any more of the food inks for the airbrush gun? We will be doing. I didn't actually realise they were out of stock actually, but we definitely will do if everyone's wanting them. So yeah, great shout. That's something I can put forward after today's show. Thank you for telling me. They must have sold through. Right, okay, now we've got that first colour down. I'm going to put a little bit more of that in here, but I'm also going to put a bit of that dark red in as well so we can start to blend our colours into it. A little bit dark red in there, and that'll eventually start to just carry through the chamber. So I'm going to do it this way here so I'm not spraying across. So this one here I'm working with at the moment is from our Majestic. Okay. So let's start to now bring in and introduce that darker colour. See how it's starting to build up now towards the bottom? And then we're going to go into base some of the petals, just to airbrush into the base of all of them. There we are, just like this. And you start to just little teeter it just onto the base of all of those little tips of petals. There we are, look at that. And just let it phase out. There we go, nice and dark towards the centre. Want a little bit more ink in there now. A little bit more ink, and I'm going to put a little bit of the light pink in there too, just to lift some of the colour. This is wonderful to do. I absolutely love doing this. It looks stunning. So I'm really starting to build up that depth of colour now in the centre, and we can start to then focus on these other petals. So we've got a little bit of a design process happening here. There we go. And then again to the bottom of these ones, like this, around there. Around the base, and just focus on all of the bottom areas of the petals, okay, because then it looks natural. Some of them it can be a little bit trickier, and then as soon as you start to actually see where the ink needs to go, it all becomes quite clear. So now what I'm going to do is load it up with the light colour again and go back over just some of the petal tops just to make sure I've definitely got enough blend in there. There we go. So now I'm sort of like gelling the two colours together, okay, all the way around, filling in any open space just to get a really nice blend. I'm actually really happy with how this is turning out. It's looking lovely. It's actually gorgeous. I'm hoping that when I take the stencil off, you'll be able to see the exact masterpiece that's forming underneath here. There we go. Fill all of this in. Right, should we do it? Let's see. Have a look at what we've got. Oh my goodness. Wow. Look at that. Look at this. Isn't that wonderful? We've got a perfect blend going through from the base of the petals all the way up to the top, and that is with complete control of your airbrush gun. You can see the depth there in the center with that really deep dark pink, and then it blends out into the distance with that gorgeous ombre between the two colors. That is how easy it is to create depth and that illusion of realism with your airbrush gun. Now, just before we do head on over to do another technique for you and give you some more details of some items, I'm going to quickly clean this through, because if not, I'll only blame myself. So to clean your airbrush gun, I'm just going to quickly filter through some of this. Now, if you've not got your airbrush, we've got it for you on the show. It's shop brush. It's just £34.99, which is a fabulous price for your airbrush tool. You can see I'm just filtering mine through here into my cleaning pod. And then all I'm going to do now is discard that extra water inside there and just put in a little bit more fresh, like this. £34.99 for an airbrush gun. That is a brilliant price. Here we go. That is now fully cleaned through for us, just like that. So your airbrush gun, here it is. We've got it here on the show for you. If you want to work with this through those giant stencils, you could use it on the top of a cake with those food dyes if you got those. This is a brilliant, brilliant tool, okay? You've got the cable, you've got, of course, the applicator, you've got the pan, the pipette, the cleaning products, you've got the box, everything that it comes in. Shop brush, £34.99 for what could be a brand new piece of equipment for you today to start your airbrush journey, okay? Now, if you've not tried the airbrush gun before, I promise you, you will absolutely love it. It's such a wonderful technique to work with, and you can create results as quick and easy as this. So if you've ever been somebody that wants to create a wonderful luminous blend through a stencil, but you've always struggled how, this is the way to do it. It is incredibly easy once you've got that airbrush gun. It's just always important to make sure you flush it through, keep it clean after you've used it, okay? We do also have the inks on the show for you as well. Andrew, where should we go to now? Right, so everybody, we're just going to share with you the Capella and the Sirius again, because this is on a great price. We're going to demo with this one next. This is your Capella. Now, the shop Capella for you, it's £9.99. It should be £12.99. We brought the price down for you. It's a 250ml tub, okay? And this is an unreal paste. It's got a flex to it. You can use it in your silicone molds, in your lace molds, in your detail molds. You can use it in all of those. You can add acrylic to it and change the colour of it if you wanted to. Mix in your inks into this and change the colour. Or you're going to put inside here your mixed media inks, all that sort of stuff. Completely change the way this looks and feels. Well, £9.99 for that is a great price, but also the Sirius, which is like the brother product, is also available at that price too. Now the Sirius also comes in a 250ml pot for you. Should be £12.99 down to £9.99. 250ml for this one. Absolutely incredible price for this one. Please do not miss out on it. It's thick, it's textured, it's heavy, it gives you dimension. You can create peaks with it, you can pipe with it, you can do all sorts. There's nothing stopping you from having complete fun with this product. Please don't forget to get it in your basket though. Okay. We're going to have a quick look through those stencils again for you though, because we've just reached a point where lots of you have joined us for the show and you might not have seen the brand new items. So let's have a look at our grand petals, shall we? So let's start here with grand petals. I'm going to pick them all up so you can, I'll take them all down here and you can see them individually. Inside here you're getting 10 stencils for under £30. I know, right? What? So Shop Grand is going to get you your fabulous giant rose, 12 by 12 in size. Huge, this one. These are brand new, never been seen before, launching today. You've then also as well got your giant lotus flower. Imagine going in here doing all your mandala and doing all your doodling, your foiling, your heat transfer, all of your screen printing inks. You could go through here with your matte metallics. You also as well have the ginormous daisy, okay, huge flower. You've then as well got your dahlia flower, massive 12 by 12. We've always wanted giant florals. These are the ones to go for. You then again have this wonderful like peony cabbage rose inside there, absolutely tremendous. And then you've got the sunflower. So you're going to have those 6 florals, and then along with the 6 florals, you also get all of the stems. You're going to inside here get all of your foliage and stems and butterflies to go with it, giving you a grand total of 10 stencils for £29.99. Who would have thought that on the show today you could get all these, all those, for under 30 quid? Well, they're brand new, here today at Highlight Crafts. Not going to be around for long though, because we do only have a limited amount of them. We're not able to cut any of these. These are of course something that we can get for you occasionally, but get them here during the show. Shop Grand, £29.99 for those ones. Fabulous price. Right, the next one we're going to share with you is your Majestic, okay? Again, immense value for money with these stencils. I mean, if you were to go into a home decor shop and buy a 14-inch by 12-inch stencil, you'd be looking to pay anything from £12 to £15 for one of them. You're getting all of these today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 in this one for £29.99 because, of course, you've got those giant versions in here. So you've got your peony to start off with there, Shop Majestic. You also have your butterflies, is your A4. You know an A4 stencil on its own could cost you anywhere from £10 to £12. You've then got your foliage with your stems. And from there, you then also have an elongated foliage, which means you could take, let's have a look, let's take this black card from here. You could take this foliage, sit it down there like that, and then pick any of the floral stems, for example, like this, and then they just go directly onto the top of it like that. And that is how you create your giant floral for, of course, wall decoration, for fabric wear, all that sort of stuff. So you've got inside there the foliage stem, you've got the foliage, and you've got then there as well the cosmos. You've got them all, the whole lot inside there for you. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, to go for this one here, it is Shop Majestic for this one. £29.99. Brilliant price for this. Yeah, you don't want to miss out on this one, everybody. It is wonderful. Right, okay. Shop Majestic, £29.99. We do have, we have the MDF boards on the show for you. Shop MDF, it's £19.99. You're going to get 2 A3s, 2 12 by 12s and 2 A4s. Those MDF panels are fabulous for stenciling onto. So if you want to go for those, the stencils can go directly on top of the MDF and they're going to look fabulous displayed on your walls around your home as panels that you can put in frames. They're all sizes to match photo frames you can purchase in the stores, so they're a great shout to go for. Thank you everyone for joining us today. It's been a wonderful show so far, but we're going to do some demoing. We're going to go explore with our metallic paints, because these metallics that should be just under £40 for a set each are down to £14.99, which makes them less than a fiver per metallic paint. That there is your jewel of the show, okay? The one that we're looking at down there in the foreground is just £14.99. That's shop 2 for set 2. Your other one here is set 1. That's got your antique pink, green and pearl in here. Again, these are a ridiculous price for you today, and I have mentioned this price will only be against either a limited time offer or of course against whilst the stock lasts. Once these come back into stock with new colour ranges, they will not be at that price. They will be back up to full price. So get the stash in your collection now. Get those collected, then you can look forward to it. Okay? Right, let's have a play, shall we? We're going to read out some comments as well. Marina says, I'm sure I used to pay £30 for just one of those size stencils back in the 80s. You know, Marina, you're not wrong. You probably did. Stencils of that scale and that size can be really expensive, and you're getting all of them for under 30 quid. It's a bit crazy. Okay, so has anybody else? Let's see if we've got any more comments. Good morning, Sheila. Good morning. It's wonderful to have your company. Good morning, Bridget, as well. It's great to have you all here today on the show. Thanks for joining me. Let's do some demoing, shall we? Let's have a play. I'm going to put this project to one side. I'm going to show you those metallics and how you can do wonderful blends with them, okay? So what I'm going to grab here is I've got some Capella as well stenciled in that gorgeous stencil as well. Look how nice and tactile this is. We're going to add some colour to this in a bit. But I've got some black card here I'm going to work on too for the moment. And I'm going to take another stencil. Let's have a look and grab. Let's pick out another one to craft with. I'm just going to see, I've already got a stash of stuff going on here. I'm going to put the iPad over here before it gets stenciled. And let's work with, it's there. It's right here. It's under my nose, everyone. Does anyone else ever do that? I do it all the time. So I'm going to put this stencil, lay that flat on here like that, smooth that down onto our black card. Now this could be your MDF panel that you've gessoed black. I'm then going to grab some cut and use foam. Okay, I'm going to use cut and use foam for this project. So I've got some cut and use foam in a small section, and I'm going to need a palette as well. Okay, and we're going to decant some of our paints out from here. Now the antique pink is a glorious colour to work with. So we're going to take some of this one here out first, okay? Just remove, of course, your foil lid, or of course, remove your cardboard top. You can mix these in with your paste if you want to. What I would suggest doing is paste with your Capellas and Sirius first, and then paint the tops of this with your metallic, because it does look glorious. Now, what I'm going to do is start to then go around and stipple straight through here, and then we're going to layer over the top with our pearl for our highlights. Okay, so look at how this paint is full coverage on instant application. It is stunning. Now I'm just going through with a gentle stipple for this with the sponge. And what happens if you stay in the same area for too long with a metallic paint whilst you're using a sponge, it can almost foam up, okay? So you want to go back over afterwards and just gently skim over. Just let the sponge almost kiss the surface, and it just pops any of those bubbles that may have foamed up whilst you were actually stippling with it. So all the way around, just like this. Here we go. And then we're going to start to build this up. There we go, like this. And look at that coverage of that paint. Before I've even finished, look at the shine and shimmer that you get with that wonderful Dora. Now remember, these are down to £14.99. £14.99 for Dora hybrid paints. Everybody, this could be your last opportunity to get them, especially at this price. I don't even think I've ever seen them at that price before. So whoever's put that deal together, yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for that. So I'm going to work all the way around, covering the entire area with this one to start with. Remember, this particular paint that we're using right now, you could use this onto fabric. Once you've used it onto fabric, just flip the fabric over and iron from the reverse. That will give you a machine wash finish, okay? You can also as well use this onto glassware, and it can go through the dishwasher. If you're using it onto glassware, allow it just to cure for 21 days. Same with crockery too. If it's going outside in the garden, realistically you should allow 21 days, but I just let a couple of days pass and it's never ever been an issue. It's gone straight out. Keep going all the way around. I'm just pushing the sponge into the stencil. I've used stencil spray on the back of here as well, just to avoid any bleed, or of course any paint wanting to travel underneath those edges. And then we can reveal. And this is like the beauty of stenciling. But before we take this off, we're going to add some pearl just to the peaks and the tips of some of those petals to add a radiating finish. Okay, to bring out the dimension of the stencil. Right, so what we need to do now is we need to take some of that pearl from here. Okay, a little bit of pearl, and let's just grab some of that and pop that on there. There we go. And with this one, I'm going to dip into a fresh sponge. I'm going to use one of our rounded sponges for this. Now we've had these on plenty of the shows. I'm going to dip into the pearl and just start to tip into here. Now this stencil set, this one is from this is your Grand Blooms, what I'm working with. And then I'm going to start to just go in here and fetch out all of the tops that we've got just here. And it adds like a silvery pearlized touch just to some of the tips of the petals, okay? And it gives you that element of the petal be going through its stages of life, but also while having a fantasy glimmer to it at the same time. And the antique pink will come through from the underside and represent itself really well. Now, of course, with the airbrush, we went in with a darker colour towards the base of the petals. We're now going in with a light colour across the tips of the petals. So it's kind of doing it in reverse, really. But that's because we wanted to lay the pearl on top of the pink. We couldn't have done it the other way around. But this just looks fabulous, and it's going to look so stunning when it's finished. So just around here, and I'm going relatively quickly with this, but you can take your time. But I'm layering the colours on top of one another, and I'm being cautious to remember to do with the centre as well. I want to make sure that's all nice and done, like this. There we go. And just work our way around. It's quite easy just to go literally round the edge of the circumference of the stencil like this, and work your way into it. There we are. Just like that, and then bring it up to here. And I cannot believe you're getting all of these stencils for under 30 quid. They're massive. These are the biggest stencil patterns I think I've ever shared with you. They're huge, especially in the configuration that we've got. They are ginormous. So they're going to work so well if you do want to do some upcycling at home, you want to do a tabletop, you want to do something like that. These are the stencils to use. Right, okay, so I'm going to take that now away from here. When you're using Dora Hybrid, you want to go straight into water. Give it a rinse, let it rest in some water. Pop that in there. And look at that Dora finish on there. It is absolutely gorgeous. That blend, that shimmer, that shine. Now this dries relatively fast. It'll dry in about 10 minutes at room temperature, but you can use a hairdryer to speed that up. But visualize this on cupboard doors, on tabletops. You could then go back in afterwards with the stencil with your foil pen and go into all of the details and pick it all out with your hot foil. It would look tremendous. Now imagine going through this stencil with heat transfer medium, with all of that stuff. I use the same one here with the capellas, so you can see what it's like before and after you do add colour to it to really bring out that fabulous dimension. But these are the tools that you need to create these projects. Talking of tools and mediums that you need, the paints have been so busy. Okay, going to give you a brief recap on these ones. I need to remember to take a deep breath. So the Dora Hybrid Metallics, the one that we've got down there for you at the front is Shop 1. This one's going to get you your pearl, it's going to get you your green and your antique pink as well. Absolutely stunning colours. Look at the shades inside there. They are absolutely beautiful. Now when you're working with these, you can feel, you can see, you can sense the quality of the paint, which is why this bundle should be and usually is £38.07. That's the price that we established for these paints, and it's the recommended retail price for a bundle of 3 of them. But you're not paying anywhere near that today. Anywhere near that. You're paying less than half of that because £14.99 is going to get you all 3 of these paints. So essentially, you are paying less than £5 per pot. When you use your club discount, you're going to pay way less than £5 per pot. So please do not forget to take advantage of the offers that have been put together for you today to give you a great finish with a great paint at a great price. That's Shop 1 for you, £14.99. Also, we do have Shop 2 for you. If you've ever seen me working with metallics, and everyone always compliments these paints the most out of any other because of their pure shimmer and shine, You can water these down and use them as a spray paint if you wanted to. You could literally put them in your spritz bottles. You could use them with extender. You can do so many different watercolouring effects with them as well as full coverage. This is shop 2. Inside here you're going to get one of the most favoured colours out of the collection, which is your anthracite. I can't believe we actually still have this one left. We also have your wonderful deep blue and your dark orchid. All 3 of those colours there are going to come to you again for $14.99. Should be just under £40. I know, right? This is a proper Cadence clearance for you today. $14.99 shop 2 is the code that you need to add this into your basket. If you're thinking about it, take the opportunity, go for it, pop it in your basket, get it checked out, because if you don't, I don't know if we'll ever be able to do this deal again for you, okay? The dark orchid is Mel's favourite colour. It's Amanda's favourite colour. It's a favourite colour of mine, but oh my goodness, I just couldn't simply choose. I'd have to go for both. And if you were to go for both bundles today, so if you were to go for all 6 of the Dora Hybrid paints, it would be costing you just under £80. It's going to cost you just under £30 today. I know. Can you believe that? That's crazy. You'd be saving like best part of 50 quid. You've got to go for that bundle. That's unreal. So go for the paints. Shop 2, $14.99, or of course shop 1, $14.99. That's going to get you out of the set of Eudora Hybrid Metallics, a beautiful water-based paint that you can utilise with stencils, with brayering, with jelly plates, with spritzing, with watercolouring, base coating, fabric wear, decorative finishes, glassware, the lot, okay? Please don't miss out. We do also have some canvases on the show for you as well, which is very exciting. Love a canvas. Now, we have here displayed for you a complete selection. We've got 12 by 12, 10 by 10, 8 by 8, and also the 6 by 6, okay? Now, canvases form the perfect surface for stenciling onto. They are the backbone of every project, but guess what? All those different sizes, you don't have to go for them separately. You're going to get them all in one bundle, okay? All of these canvases for you today, absolutely incredible deal for 28 canvases, 28 of them, $24.99. That's less than £1 a canvas. Wait, that you take like 80p a canvas there with your club discount as well. Nowhere can you find a canvas board for pence, okay? It just doesn't exist. For even one of these, you'd probably be looking at least £2.50 per one inside here. And inside this one here, you're going to be getting 7 of your 6x6s. So 7 of those are going to be on the way to you. And of course, you're going to be getting 7 of your 8x8, 7 of your 10x10, and then also as well, you're going to get 7 of your 12x12. All of these are going to be coming to you for $24.99. Jeesh, that's crazy. Oh my goodness. And they're from Arteza as well. You know you're getting great quality with a great brand like that. They're all pre-gessoed. You don't need to add anything to them. Just your rice papers, your projects. Put them in a box frame. They're a hardback board as well. You can feel they're solid. So absolutely well worth going for in terms of canvases today. Shop Mega to go for that one. $24.99, great deal. Even if you've not got any projects planned, get them in your stash now and you know that you can use them later. Yeah, unreal, absolutely unreal. They'd be a great product to put in your basket alongside those metallics to get those free postages, okay? Right, we're going to run through the stencils one last time for you, and then we're going to go back to demo and do some more projects with this because this is the star of the show amongst the rest, all right? So, to start with, we're going to share with you Shop Majestic, okay? Shop Majestic here at the top of course, our counter. We're starting off with the giant florals in your Majestic, okay? Have a look at this. We have got for you the Cosmos. We've got inside here as well the huge peony. We've got inside there as well the daisies. It's all going on inside this collection. 14-inch by 12-inch stencils. We then have the foliage builder, so all of your stems there to build up your flower heads on. So you'd quite simply take this, take that, stencil it together, and there you have. Look at that, your giant flowers. Isn't it fun? I actually cannot wait. I want to put these on the wall. They would look amazing. Don't imagine doing a giant mural on the wall with these. That would look so good. Right, okay, so you're going to get 4. Then you get your 5th, which is your foliage and your stems. Then you get your 6th, which is your butterflies. So you can add these fluttering around the stems of the florals, which is just going to look fabulous. That there is Shop Majestic, under £30 for all of those. That is a ridiculous deal. I mean, how much would you usually pay for a stencil like that? £15? You're getting the whole collection for $29.99. Please don't miss out on that one. Again, as I mentioned earlier, When these are gone, they are gone. We will not be able to, of course, cut any of these in-house. We have sourced these specifically for a great deal for you. That's your Majestic Bloom, Shop Majestic for those. The next one is your Grand Petals. Okay, Grand Petals for you. This one consists of 10 stencils. We've got your butterflies in here as your border. Foliage is your border. Stems, how useful is that to have the stems? We then have even more foliage. That's your 4 foliage, and then your 6 blooms are just gorgeous. Take a look at these. This is all within the set. We start off here with that peony, just there for you. Then we've got your sunflower. Look at those two together. I think this might be my favourite actually. So you've got those two, and then the next two I'm going to share with you. Here we have, then, oh look at this, oh my word. That real luscious full stencil there. We've then got the dahlia. We've then also got the daisy as well, the huge daisy. And then we have the rose and the lotus flower. You have got all of those built into this collection, 10 stencils in total. Look at that massive stack of stencils right there. Shop grand to go for that one there. Absolutely brilliant deal for that one there. That one is your Grand Petals, £29.99 for all of that. Oh my word. You got to go for it though, guys. Lots of you have been adding this into your basket along with those metallic paints. So it looks as though a lot of you are going to be doing your metallic flowers, which is very exciting. Right. I'm going to go through and have a look at some comments. Do you want to come with me and we'll do something else? We're going to go do some playing. Let's have a look. Let's see. Let's have a look. Lots of questions about scan and cut today. Mel, unfortunately, isn't in the house. But any questions that you do have, I can always feed them back to you. Oh. People are discussing. And as Andrew says, Mel would say to go for the 1200 over the 900, especially if you're wanting a bigger screen. So there you have it. I mean, I use the 1200. I love it. I absolutely love working with the scan and cut. I just don't get the opportunity to do so much of it here in the studio because it's Mel's baby. But I do like to play with it here and everywhere, every now and again. But yeah, thank you for joining me. It's great to see that you're all discussing what is the best machine to go for. Love a little bit of a crafty topic of what we're purchasing. Right, of course I did stencil through onto this one here to give that wonderful finish with your capellas, but I'm going to share with you another stencil now. Let's go in with this. I mean, look at that design. It is staggering. We're going to add some adhesive to the back of it though, because we do need to tack it down, because we are going to go through with our capellas. So I'm just going to take this to my bin, just over here. Okay, I'm going to have it down here, doing a mystery spray. So I'm going to spray down into the bin. Let's have a look. There we are, just like that. It's like an ultra-fine hairspray is that stuff. It's brilliant. I'm going to bring it to the surface, and then we can start to blend through with our paste. Now, of course, you can mix your metallics in with your capellas at this stage, but because they're metallic, you're going to want them to be prominent. But I'm going to show you what it's like if you were to mix them. So let's bring our palette in. I'm going to clean up this knife that I've got just here. There we go. Give that a little clean. And then what we're going to do is take some of our paste out. So let's get some of our capella, just here, like this. Pop some of this just out here onto our mat. Okay. We are then going to take some of our beautiful. Should we go with the blue? I think this will look nice. A bit different, actually. We're going to take some of the blue just here. How is there only 7 minutes left of this show? I have no idea where this today has gone. Oh, I need to keep my hands clean for telly tomorrow. Oh dear. Right, okay, so give it a little mix up, and then we're going to take some of that blue. Look at that. Okay, now let's start mixing the two together. And this is how you create your very own giant form of metallic capella paste. Look at this. Now, I don't want to mix the whole thing through thoroughly, so I'm going to put a little bit more blue on the top just there like that. Great. And then what I'm going to do is I've just literally sat that in that paint. So then what I'm going to do is start to blend through, but because I've not mixed thoroughly, it's going to give a little bit of marbling, okay, which is really nice. So got the metallic and of course the capella there together on one section, and let's start to go through. Look at this that you start to achieve, and this is one of my favorite things to do, is just start to blend with color mixed with a different medium, and it gives you a carrier, that capella. It allows it to flow through. And it gives you a wonderful, almost porcelain feel to the finish, which I really, really like. I'm using the wrong side of my palette knife. There we go. use this side. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. These stencils, though, by far are our biggest hit for today. I mean, $29.99 for all of that artwork is just crazy. What I'm going to do now is just dip into the white on its own and then literally blend with that and see what happens. Okay, look at how it creates that marbling. Just with that white on top. It looks really nice, doesn't it? Now, I quite like the sheer finish with a stencil when you've used a palette knife, but you could go in with this stage now and use a sponge to create lots of texture with lots of peaks. So if I was to just go around here with a piece of fresh cut and use now, what I'm going to do is just quickly dip it into that little bit of white there, load that up onto the tips, and just go around and add a bit of texture, okay? Just going in with that sponge, creating texture all over the surface. It creates a fabulous texture with that capella, especially when you've mixed a paint into it. Let's keep going into this like that. There we are. What show do we have up next, Andrew? I've completely bypassed. Flowers, is it the Fleur sale? It might be, yeah. Oh, card templates.
No.
Card templates. Fleur sale at 10. Oh yes, I'm with Amanda for that one. And then we've got sublimation, butterflies as well, which is very, very beautiful. Then we're going to revitalise your collection for you at 12. And then, of course, the lovely Emblems is joining us. Now look at that. Oh my word. So here we used our capella mixed with, of course, that Dora metallic. And look at how we created our very own paste mixed with metallics. I love the gradient that you get with this, but look how, because we've used a paste and that stencil spray, look how sharp all of the lines are. There isn't a millimetre, a smidgen of bleed underneath that stencil, because it keeps itself contained. It holds itself, it keeps its shape. It enables the stencil to flow freely. And even like the one that we did earlier, it's dry now. It's completely dry. Now this one here with the paste, it's going to take around about half an hour to 40 minutes for it to dry. You can use a hairdryer, make it around about 5 minutes if you wanted to. I would just let it dry, let it sit naturally. If you're going to go through your capellas, mixing your pastes, great. If you're going to use, of course, your metallics and blend to create highlights, fabulous. Or if you're going to go in with your airbrush gun to create depth and that wonderful illusion, this was using that giant stencil, of course, from those Majestics, and it just looks unreal. I mean, look at that. Could you imagine these going up a wall on a wardrobe door? Wouldn't it look fabulous? Or even just on a cushion cover or a tote bag. Use that airbrush gun if you want to create this effect. And that has to be one of my most, well, I love it. That's one of my favourite projects I've done with the airbrush gun. Simple, but effective, because it allows you to capture that depth, capture that colour, which makes a difference, which is very, very exciting. For those of you who don't know, the stencils are on the show. You can either shop Majestic, or you can shop, of course, Grand, and that's going to give you either of those stencil collections. Lots of you are going for both, but you can go for either. It is entirely up to you. We've got lots to come for you today, though. It's only the start of the day. This is your first hour, and thank you for joining me. It's been a wonderful one to share with you. If there's any questions you'd like to ask me regarding the show, anything about stencils, please do get them in. But yeah, I've got a little bit of news to tell you as well. On Saturday, well tonight, I'm going to be heading down to Hobbycraft. I'm going to be sharing with you some shows on tattered lace and 2 red robins, which I'm very looking forward to. I've managed to get back into my die cutting, which I absolutely love, but not done it for a little while. I've got very carried away with my stencils and my paints. But I'm going to be showcasing with you, of course, a beautiful brand new collection, so please make sure to join me for that one. And of course, a revitalised restock with some 2 red robins, very favourite dies, which I'm really looking forward to. Don't forget to, of course, add the items to your basket, such as those stencils. Also, last final call on the metallic paints for you. Unreal deal today for you on these. 2 sets of 3 metallics, down from just under £40 to $14.99. If you want to go for, of course, shop 2, this is your collection to go for. It is your dark orchid. It's got your Sax blue and your anthracite in there, down to just under £15. But the canvases have just sold out, just to let you know, by the way, everybody. But also one that's in the lead is this one here. It's got that gorgeous, my favourite colour, antique pink inside there. But you do also get your pale, which you can mix with any other colours to make them pastel. Entirely up to you which one you want to go for. But all I am going to say is $14.99 for 3 Dora hybrid metallic paints is unheard of. It's unseen. It's not even spoken about. It's words that we don't even like to say out loud to one another if we're allowed to ask. But it's been done for you. It's something that's been put together to give you a lovely Friday treat. So please don't miss out on those. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for today's show. I'm going to be back with you later on with, of course, the Fleur Sale Show, which is incredible. Amanda's got some giant tissue flowers, which will go with these stencils very well. But I'll be back with you for sublimation as well, which is very exciting. But until then, have a wonderful day. Don't forget to check those baskets out, and we'll see you in the next show. Have a great day, everybody.